Live from Wish TV, this is News 8, your 24-hour news station.
A broad range of music and the near-perfect weather brought thousands of fans to this year's Indy Jazz Fest. Good evening, it's 11 o'clock. The 6th annual Indy Jazz Fest has come and gone.
And after last year's scaled-down version, fans and organizers were glad to see it make a comeback. Blind Boys of Alabama topped off a full weekend of music. Always on the third weekend in June, this year's Indy Jazz Fest brought together nearly 30 local and national acts for 3 days of live performances. Isaac Hayes was the headliner opening night. On Saturday, it was all about the diva as Patti LaBelle took the stage.
Isaac Hayes was wonderful. Patti LaBelle was just out of this world.
Lamar Campbell and Spirit of Praise had fans on their feet Sunday afternoon.
They are just off the charts. I couldn't sit down, so I had to stand up and move.
The smooth sounds under clear skies seemed the perfect combination.
Weather has been incredible. We're very lucky there.
After years of soggy performances,
rain has been a part of, in some way, almost every Jazz Fest. It's in June, so it's hard to miss that.
And last year's change to a single-day festival.
Well, last year was a disaster because it was only one day and it was raining and cold. Fans
were glad to see Indy Jazz Fest back in full swing.
What we did was to go back to a format similar to what you would see in 1999, the inaugural year, and kind of did that blueprint for this weekend.
Seems glorious day. I love seeing all the different people and good food, a lot of fun, a lot of families, so we're having a good time.
Spectacular entertainment and spectacular day, and be with our family on Father's Day.
And the best part,
probably the songs. I had a good time.
Was of course the music. The numbers aren't in yet, but organizers are estimating anywhere from 15 to 20,000 people enjoyed this weekend's Indy Jazz Fest. Wish TV was a proud sponsor of the event.
And the great weather also brought out lots of fans to the Speedway today for Formula One's U.S. Grand Prix. Many started their morning by hopping onto an Indigo bus for shuttle from downtown to the track. The Indy 500 was just 3 weeks ago, but Speedway officials hope moving the Grand Prix to June would help bring in the fans. Many spectators made the journey to the track for the first time this weekend.
The thrill of it, this is my first experience, and I really enjoyed it. All right, and I'll be back.
It's just the people in general, you know. I like them all.
Indy's fine, but, you know, Brickyard's great too. Formula One is one-off.
They're beautiful cars, they sound beautiful.
I was thinking about Ralph and Michael Schumacher's mother and what Michael was thinking when his brother had an accident.
There were several accidents today, along with some controversy involving Juan Montoya. AC and Derek will break down the entire race later on Sportslocker.
A 24-year-old Chinese national is in jail charged with filing a false missing persons report about a woman found dead near Seymour Saturday. Kentucky police booked Dong Cheng of Chicago on preliminary charges of tampering with physical evidence and falsely reporting an incident. Police said Cheng filed a missing persons report about 24-year-old Chicago woman on June 4th. Police found her body Saturday near State Road 11. She has not been identified. The Marion County coroner will conduct an autopsy tomorrow. After the autopsy, Chicago police will pick up the investigation. Wisconsin police have identified 3 bodies that washed up on the shore of Lake Michigan yesterday. They're investigating the case as a homicide. 45-year-old Kevin Amdy and his 2 young sons were reported missing from Chicago in mid-May. Medical examiners have not released the cause of death, but they say there's no sign of trauma to any of the victims. Authorities say sand-filled plastic bags tied to the bodies along with sand in one child's pockets added 48 pounds of weight. The boys were 3 and 6 years old.
Death row inmate Darnell Williams is calling the process that could spare his life a farce. The state parole board is set to begin questioning Williams tomorrow at the state prison in Michigan City. A public hearing is set for June 28th in Indianapolis, and the board will vote on a recommendation to Governor Kernan the next day. The 37-year-old is set to die by lethal injection July 9th for the shooting deaths of a Gary couple. A guard at the Wabash Valley Correctional Facility has been charged with producing and distributing child porn. 39-year-old Craig McPherson also faces federal charges of exploiting a minor on the internet. Officials say they found a computer in his home that had about 100 images of minors having sex. McPherson is being held at the Marion County Jail.
An Indianapolis police officer is in serious but stable condition tonight after a morning crash on the city's west side. Investigators say 5-year veteran traffic officer Anthony Worley was on Formula One race detail just after 5:30 this morning when a Ford Expedition made a left turn in front of him. Worley didn't have time to stop and crashed his motorcycle broadside into the Expedition. Worley suffered a fractured arm and head injury. The men in the Expedition were from Baltimore. The driver was cited for failing to yield a left turn.
An al-Qaeda group says it got help from security forces to kidnap and behead Paul Johnson. The group also says it decided to behead the American because the Saudis said they wouldn't negotiate with kidnappers. Meantime, churchgoers in the New Jersey area where Johnson grew up gathered this morning to pray for comfort for Johnson's family. Family members remain in seclusion following Johnson's death. The Islamic Society, based here in Plainfield, is condemning the beheading of Paul Johnson, saying it violates the group's practices. Meantime, the Islamic Society of North America says Johnson appreciated Saudi Arabia and the Islamic religion. It says those who kidnapped and killed Johnson have committed an unforgivable crime.
Members of an Indianapolis-based U.S. Marine Corps communications unit are again being deployed to Iraq for up to 7 months. 30 members of the Detachment Communications Company Headquarters Battalion 4th Marine Division are expected to go to Iraq within the next 2 months. The troops are specialists in radio and data communications. They report tomorrow and are expected to ship out to California by Thursday. It will be the second trip to Iraq for about half of those Marines.
Folks are gathering in California desert hoping to see the first space flight of a private rocket. A jet-engined airplane named White Knight is set to take off from Mojave Airport early tomorrow carrying the rocket-propelled Spaceship One. White Knight is expected to carry the rocket plane under its belly and release it at 50,000 feet. The pilot will then ignite the rocket and pull up into an 80-second powered climb. Cars filled the parking lot at Lafayette Square Shopping Center this morning. We'll show you how these people were doing some spiritual shopping for their souls.
Today was the day to celebrate the man in your life, known as Dad. We'll show you how some families spent the day. And it wasn't your normal day at the track for Formula One drivers. AC and Derek will have all your highlights from a wild U.S. Grand Prix later on Sportslocker.
Get ready for some free family fun and a fireworks show like no other.
Celebrate the 4th with Union Planters Bank Freedom Blast.
You're invited to downtown Indianapolis for an unforgettable fireworks show synchronized to music on Q95. Log on to wishtv.com for details and be sure to stop by any Union Planters Bank to register for a Freedom Blast prize pack.
Bring your radio and join us as fireworks light up the downtown sky.
Wish TV is proud to present Union Planters Bank Freedom Blast this 4th of July.
Here's an honest question. If we don't scream and shout or pound on the hood, and we offer you a great car with award-winning quality, rated a first for safety, that gets nearly 30 miles per gallon highway, for a car like that, would you expect this? The 2004 Buick LeSabre. Current GM owners now get $5,000 cash back. It's time to see your Buick dealer, where quality meets value, for what may be the buy of the summer.
Ah, the aroma, the taste, the legend, the pleasures of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Warm cinnamon with just a kiss of sugar. With crisp wheaten rice squares baked to perfection, achieving a level of pleasure reserved only for the most discerning.
Frank?
Yeah.
Zip it.
Sorry.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Breakfast on a whole other level. Aren't you late for work?
Real late.
The average driver spends a mere 1% of the time in reverse. Yet considering what's at stake, that's 1% we didn't want to ignore. The backup camera, available in the Lexus RX 330. At Tom Wood Lexus.
It's Strawnilla.
Vanillberry.
Strawnilla.
Vanillberry.
Strawnilla.
Vanillberry.
Steak and Shake. We have new side-by-side milkshakes.
Strawnilla.
Announcing Nissan's full-size sales event featuring the Armada, Nissan's new full-size SUV. Get a full-size engine, the most powerful standard V8 in its class. Full-size towing up to 9,100 pounds. Full-size capacity, standard seating for 8. For the first time ever, 1.9 financing for 60 full months or 1,000 cash back on Armada during Nissan's full-size sales event, now through July 6th.
You're watching Wish TV, your 24-hour news station. Now, Mike Corbin, Shanna Kelly, meteorologist Ken Brewer, and Sportslocker with Anthony Calhoun and Chris Widlick. News 8 at 11 continues.
The congregation of the New Life Worship Center has outgrown its current building on Kessler Boulevard. So today they held their first service in a new temporary site, the old Lazarus department store at Lafayette Square Shopping Center. Workers tore down some walls, put up others, and converted the former department store into a church in just 17 days. The church's leader likes the location.
We now have a tremendous Hispanic population in this area, as well as African American and Caucasian, and we really want to be a melting pot for ministry. We want to set a ministry right in the middle of all of that and hope to make an impact in every culture.
The New Life Worship Center has bought property to build a new church at 38th Street and Georgetown Road. Well, today was a day dedicated to dads, a day that children of all ages simply say thank you.
News 8's Renee Jameson has our Happy Father's Day story.
Whether it's a day of pleasure or a day at the grill, this is a day made for dads.
You can see some bears.
Hardy Taylor and son Kenny are on the job cooking ribs at Jazz Fest.
You know, it's always good that father and son can work together and pull together, and I think that makes the difference.
Just down the road, the Wook family is strolling the zoo.
Yeah, I hear this. Trick.
And as the seals put on a show, there's a front row seat on top of the world.
You have so few years with your kids that it's important to spend as much time as you can with them.
These are the moments to cherish. Just ask little Ryan.
It's because he plays with me.
And for Kenny Taylor,
I think it's good. I learned a lot from my pops. You know, I've been working with him a lot.
In the heat of a busy barbecue day, Kenny is happy to work next to his role model and friend.
He's dedicated. He always put family first. You know, that's one thing I've learned. You know, from him, he do what he has to do, take care of his family. So I kind of like adopted that for my own self. You know.
On this Father's Day, everyone has their own way of telling Dad
he's special.
Special? Because he takes pleasure in
just watch them grow and change, the funny things they say and do. We've enjoyed every minute of it. We've really enjoyed being parents.
On this special day, it is the simple things that matter. Renee Jameson, Wish TV, News 8.
And as you saw, it was a great day for Dad with lots of sunshine, but it looks like rain is going to return to the picture, which means a lot of these numbers on our Forecast 8 Live WeatherNet sites, which are already well above normal for the month of June, are going to continue to grow. We'll talk about it in your forecast next.
Plus, does this little guy have a future in the TV business?
You never know. It's in the genes. We'll introduce you to this new bundle of joy next on News 8.
Don't buy another SUV before you check out the Hyundai Santa Fe. Inside, tons of space and lots of standard features, all for $4,400 less than a Toyota Highlander when comparably equipped. And outside, great looks powered by an available 3.5-liter V6 with reliability backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. The Hyundai Santa Fe starting at just $16,834 with utility package. With Hyundai, you win. Come in now for great deals on all 2004 Hyundais.
Good food. Just one more thing to love about Outback, where you can enjoy our crispy coconut shrimp and our Royal Port Catch. Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right.
Introducing the only minivan with 2 rows of fold-in floor seats, the all-new 2005 Grand Caravan.
Come on in, Dad.
I'll finish that in the morning. Qualified buyers who finance through Chrysler Financial get an additional $1,000 for a total combined cash allowance of $2,000 on Grand Caravan.
Joey, what are you doing?
I'm practicing crazy faces for H.H. Greg's Coupon Mania, George.
Well, nobody's really going crazy.
Well, they'd be crazy to miss the savings.
Yeah, for sure. And folks will get a lot of coupons in the newspaper and at hhgreg.com.
Hope my face doesn't freeze.
I hope the mirror doesn't crack.
Clip the coupons in Sunday's newspaper or at hhgreg.com and save an additional $10 to $300. H.H. Gregg, family owned since 1955.
Toyota's Summer 10 event is on now. Cool. Hurry and save on Toyota's complete car lineup, America's #1 selling car brand.
Camry,
Corolla, Matrix,
Solara.
Now get 0 financing up to 48 months or 1,000 customer cash on the #1 selling Camry.
All right.
And be sure to see the new 05 Corolla. This just arrived. So hurry to Toyota's Summer 10th event and save.
Money, money, money.
Ah, yeah.
On now at your Toyota dealer.
This portion of the news brought to you by your Central Indiana Chrysler Jeep dealers.
Well, we would like to welcome the newest member of the Wish TV family. Reporter Marley Ginter gave birth to Luke James at 2:41 Saturday morning. He weighs in at 7 pounds 3 ounces and is 19.5 inches long. And on this Father's Day, we should mention that Luke's father has not had the chance to meet his new son yet. Marley's husband is currently serving in Iraq. But Marley is surrounded by family, and both she and the baby are doing just great.
Congratulations,
And
Marley.
what a
and
cutie.
baby and family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke James. Love that name.
That's a good,
That's a
strong
solid
name. She said she hoped he looked just like her hubby, so I'll have to ask her later. So.
Solid name, just like Ken Brewer.
Oh, I think it's even more solid than mine.
And you've got a good solid forecast. We had good weather the last couple of
We
days.
had good weather the past several days. It's going to come to an end, and even a few sprinkles showing up here at this hour, but most of the rain just light at this point in Forecast 8 live Doppler radar, and most of it through most of the evening has been out to the west and southwest of Indianapolis. Some of it's starting to spread to the east, but a lot of it has fallen apart here. Forecast 8 storm tracker shows that we've had several little waves. Again, these little pesky light showers have been moving from west to east. We may see a few more here throughout the overnight period, but other than that, most of the activity probably won't arrive until later on in the nighttime hours tomorrow night. Our tower cam this afternoon saw some of those cloud cover starting to move in from the west to produce some of those light showers. Otherwise, a beautiful day with lots of sunshine here across the area. And again, we'll see probably more of the cloud cover continue to develop here as we go throughout the day tomorrow. And then after that, it looks like the weather pattern should start to quieten down a bit as well. 75 the high, 51 the low, 83 and 63 the normals for this time of year. So a spring-like day, and now that we're officially into summer, looks like spring-like weather will actually kind of stick around for several more days. 65 outside right now, west-southwest wind at 5 miles per hour. Humidity starting to get up there at 70%. Ridge of high pressure is falling apart tonight. That's allowing for a little of those pockets of moisture to move in from the west. But as we mentioned, the front still well out to the west of us. As we go a little bit closer in on Forecast 8 Futurecast, you'll see a few spotty showers are still possible tomorrow morning, and then things will kind of quiet down for a while before we see an explosion of showers and thunderstorms out to the west of us late in the afternoon into the evening hours. And it looks like right now the bulk of that won't arrive in central Indiana until the nighttime hours tomorrow night, but we could see some heavy rains and maybe some gusty winds as it starts to pass on through. But fortunately, it doesn't stick around very long, so we could see some brief heavy downpours, but rainfall totals should be an inch or less in most spots, which may be not the greatest news, but it could be a lot worse out there. Heading into the day on Tuesday, just a few spotty showers in the afternoon. I think that pattern will hold towards the end of the week. There you see some of the rainfall totals. Patches of areas of rain up to an inch, but otherwise anywhere from about 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain expected. Thankfully, most of the severe weather expected well to the south and to the west of us again, so the heavy rain will be kind of the biggest concern to keep our eye on here for tomorrow night. So for tonight, some spotty showers will continue. Otherwise, temperature is pretty comfortable, 58 for a low. Up to 79 for your Monday, maybe a round of a few light showers tomorrow morning, then some more thunderstorms will roll in by probably late afternoon, probably the evening hours here in central Indiana. 5-day forecast, temperature-wise, not looking bad. Rainfall, not a complete soaker. Once we get past this weather system on tomorrow, just an upper-level disturbance well up to the north may trigger an emphasis on a few spotty showers late in the week. And again, those temperatures spring-like, and so kind of flip-flopping. In the last few weeks of spring, it felt more like summer. Maybe we're going to start off summer feeling a little bit more like spring.
We needed that.
We need that.
Thanks, Ken.
Great. Ever wonder where you can get the best coverage on the U.S. Grand Prix? We've got it all here right for you. AC and Derek standing by, Sportslocker.
Thank you, Mike. How much do we owe you for saying that? He's got all the money right here, though. Derek Daly's here with,
he needs it.
here with us tonight. And Derek, I guess the folks out there at the Speedway saw some great action today.
A lot of action. We broke a lot of racing cars. Looks destructive at times. And the Italian team won again.
Yeah, you're right about that. Tonight on Sportslocker Sunday, the day did belong to Michael Schumacher. Schumi picks up his third U.S. Grand Prix today. We'll hear from the champion tonight on Sportslocker Sunday. Plus, the NASCAR drivers were on the track today up in Michigan. Would a Hoosier hotshot drive away with the checkered flag? The answer tonight on The Locker. In golf, Phil Mickelson tries to win his second major of the year. Highlights from the U.S. Open are on the way. And speaking of golf, do you need help with your golf game? Get ready because we have some great tips to help you take your game to another level. That's tonight on Sportslocker Sunday. So remain and relax with us. Sportslocker Sunday is next.
Thanks, Marge.
Sorry. There's this guy named Murphy. He's got this law that says whatever can go wrong will. That's why the trail-rated Jeep Grand Cherokee is tested on Earth's toughest terrain. It's your loophole in Murphy's Law. Now get a $1,000 June bonus for total combined cash allowance of $4,500 for qualified buyers who finance through Chrysler Financial.
Indiana. It's known for race cars and basketball, but we know better. It's loyal, hardworking people who smile and remember your name. Maybe that's unusual, but it doesn't surprise us a bit, because we've been here forever. First Indiana Bank.
Before, never again. Up to $4,500 cash on F-150. The biggest Ford truck inventory of the year. With up to $4,500 cash or 0% APR for up to 60 months. That's up to $4,500 cash on a built Ford Tough F-150. Never before has the deal been this strong. Never again will the selection be this huge. But hurry, it all ends June 30th, only at your Indiana Ford store.
I think I'll go for a walk outside now. The summer sun's calling my name. I just can't stay inside all day. I gotta get out and get me some of those rays. Everybody's smiling. Everybody's laughing. Everybody seems so happy today. It's a sunshine day.
Dream a little bigger with $500,000 Money Mania, the new big money scratch-off with over $37 million in prizes.
It's a sunshine day.
My favorite book as a child, Corduroy. It is the best book, and I bought it, a half-price book, for $1.
Half Price Books is my favorite bookstore.
Looking for an SUV that's ready for anything? Announcing the Lincoln Mercury SUV Drive-Away, featuring Mercury Mountaineer with no-charge leather seating surfaces and the protection of a safety canopy system. Now get 0% APR for 60 months or up to $5,000 cash back on Mercury Mountaineer. The SUV Drive-Away, only at your Lincoln Mercury dealer.
And good evening, folks, and welcome to Sportslocker Sunday. I'm Anthony Calhoun, and by the way, happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. We begin tonight with racing, and join us tonight is our racing analyst, of course, Derek Daly. And the fifth running of the U.S. Grand Prix is over, and Derek, you know, the folks out there really got a chance to see a pretty competitive race today.
They did. They saw a lot of action, definitely, but I think we saw today some of the highs and some of the lows of Grand Prix racing. The highs, again, was the great Ferrari team that just so well organized. Yeah. The lows were what we saw happen to Juan Montoya. I mean, what a botched situation that was that he was involved in. And of course, to see Ralf Schumacher stuck in a smashed racing car for more than 3 minutes. It should never happen in the World Championship.
We're going to talk more about that, but you know, coming into today's race, you and I both thought we would definitely see somebody from Ferrari on the podium today, and that was the case today as well. Michael Schumacher.
And that's the thing, particularly as Barrichello was so fast all through the weekend also. In fact, he was faster than Michael Schumacher all weekend long. But again, the yellow cars, or the red cars dominating.
Well, you talked about Rubens Barrichello. Of course, he won the race in 2002. He was on the pole for today's race. And his teammate, Michael Schumacher, who's won 2 races here in Indianapolis, right next to him in the 2nd position for today's race.
But as soon as the cars lined up, we saw the problem with Montoya. Now, the starter mode did not work on the back of the car. Montoya made it a poor decision, let's say, because the car wasn't broken. They rolled out the spare car. However, it was not a sticker inside the cockpit as earlier thought. The car, actually, he jumped into the car too late. Here was the first lap crash.
Yeah, the first lap crash coming into turn 2 at the start of the race. Felipe Massa, Christian Clean, all involved in this crash.
Clean started to spin off and he just came straight to my car, so I had nothing to do. I was a passenger actually, and anyway, it's not a really lucky moment, but I hope in the next race, in the next few races, I can come back in the points.
Meanwhile, then it's Michael Schumacher here passing Barrichello for the lead of the race.
And this was a spectacular move down in the brake zone. As soon as he got this accomplished, suddenly, what's this? Fernando Alonso, a punctured right rear tire, smashes his car into smithereens.
Do you think there was any debris there at the time?
Maybe, because if not, it's very strange to have a puncture, but it was very unlucky, obviously.
Then, Derek, a scary moment, lap 10, Ralf Schumacher with a crash on turn 13.
And this was a suspected rear suspension failure. And look at this. We timed it from the time of impact. He was more than 3 minutes in that racing car. That was a disgrace, because this is the Formula 1 World Championship, and drivers' lives can be at stake if you don't get to them more quickly.
Right about that. At the time, Ralph was awake and alert. He was taken to Methodist Hospital by ambulance. We're told tonight he has some back pain and is expected to be in hospital for several days of observation.
Great fight, though, between the Ferraris there, and then the point of the race where we realized the botched decision. Sam Michaels, the engineer for Montoya, says to him, "You're disqualified. Take your helmet off, go home, it all means nothing."
Yeah, you know, he was riding in 3rd place at that time, but the day would belong to Michael Schumacher. He goes on to win today's U.S. Grand Prix.
And Michael Schumacher is on his way to winning a seven World Championships. The man has such a desire and a commitment to be the best. It is remarkable.
Yeah, his 3rd win here in Indianapolis, but after the race, he only had one thing on his mind, and that was his younger brother, Ralph.
You cannot run. I mean, you simply can't breathe and you feel very affected. He was obviously very helpful from the team to give me all the information they had, and once they told me that Ralph sort of wanted to get out of himself of the car, and the medical people told him to stay, and they wanted first to check everything, they obviously put everything back to sort of perspective, and I was less concerned.
It was just a good weekend, but you know, there is a little sour in my sauce, because I could have won the race.
We have a car today that's very consistent, which allowed me to pushing the whole way through the race, and I was really consistent, so I was very happy with it.
All right, so here's a look at the results from today's U.S. Grand Prix at the Speedway. Michael Schumacher, once again, he does it again, picking up his 3rd victory here in Indianapolis. You see right behind him, Rubens Barrichello.
Takumi Sato in the first of the Hondas truly came from the back of the grid, last place to finish in 4th. That was a good run for him. The rest, as you go down, benefited from people in front falling out. David Coulthard and Zolt Baumgartner in the minority that has almost a cult following gets their first World Championship point of the year for the last 2 years, in fact.
Right. We talked about Michael Schumacher. What did he make, over $80 million last year?
Right.
But as much as you make a year.
No, not quite, but
close.
He's pretty special.
Pretty special. Simply amazing again today, Derek.
I was asked at the start of this year whether I believed Schumacher to win the World Championship. I said no. I said he's got 2 kids. He's 6 times World Champion. I said I can't believe he'll have the desire and the commitment to dedicate his life again to racing on a full-time basis. And he comes out, and his team manager, Nigel Stepney, told me, Schumacher is so relaxed now that he's proven everything he wants to prove. He's so relaxed, they believe he's actually better than ever this year.
You know, he talked about his brother Ralph. You've been a former driver. I mean, how difficult was it for him trying to, race around Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but having his brother in his mind as well?
Well, particularly the difficulty was he saw him sit in the car for such a long time. So that was the indicator. This is more serious than maybe we would have hoped. And then obviously the radio messages came across that Ralph is okay. He didn't know what okay meant.
Well, we talked about Michael Schumacher. Look at this, Derek. 78 career wins, has won 8 of the 9 races this season. 6 times this season, Ferrari has finished 1 and 2.
That is a remarkable set of statistics right there. The one race he didn't win was in Monte Carlo. He was taken out on a pace lap by Montoya, believe it or not. He could have won that race. He could have won all 9.
That's simply amazing. Now, what do you think is the focus for him? What keeps him going week in and week out? I mean, we know he's getting paid real well, but I mean, seriously, what is...
He will tell you, if ever you talk to him, he loves his job. He loves the team. They love him. They have a remarkable chemistry, and he's the most gifted driver in the world. He's got a great communications ability. He's a great mental skills and a great technical ability to develop and build the fastest car. So he enjoys it so much because he's on top.
Yeah.
We need a Montoya to come back up on top again to beat him, to make him think, do I need to do this anymore?
Right, you're right about that. You talked about Juan Pablo Montoya. Today, that was a weird, interesting scene here today at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The guy was in 3rd position right now in the race with 16 laps to go, and then he gets black flag.
Here's why he got black flag. The rule states, if the cars pull away from the grid, you can no longer change to a spare car. That was the rule that was violated. Now, Williams may have known that and taken a chance. However, the stewards of the meeting should not have taken almost 60 laps to read the rule book and understand it. If they take that long, they shouldn't be stewards at a World Championship meeting. It was a botched call. It should never have happened.
Yeah, you saw those pictures there. We were trying to catch up with him. He did not want to talk to the media at all. Very upset about it. But you bring up a good point, because we know Montoya is very popular here in Indianapolis. And did that play a role of them deciding to wait and let the race continue to go on, and then we'll black flag him?
What, in case there's a Colombian riot?
Hey, I'm just asking you the question.
The Colombians all week long were by far the loudest. They had every flag that it was ever made for Colombia in the grandstands. I don't believe that anything to do with it. I just think the stewards of the meetings need to retire.
Wow, really?
To make a call like that?
Yeah.
This is the World Championship.
I agree with you.
This isn't club racing on a Saturday night somewhere.
I totally agree with you. Well, today we also saw something else that was pretty interesting out there at the Speedway today. Was we saw 3 crashes. Usually with these Formula One races, you may see one here and there, but these races are over like within 2 hours.
D'Amata was hit here by Christian Clean. It wasn't really his fault. Then you had a tire failure here, which was possibly a bit of debris. Then you had a rear suspension failure with Ralph Schumacher, which is by far the scariest one. You know, he missed the safer barrier by about 15 feet. I would almost tell you the safer barrier or tire barriers will line that concrete wall next year, because everybody in Formula One will complain about Ralph Schumacher hitting that concrete wall so hard.
Well, we got a chance to talk to D'Amata about all the crashes today.
That's uncommon for our races, but anyway, yesterday we've seen, and also yesterday especially, we've seen a lot of yellow flags on the Porsche Super Cup race, so we're maybe expecting a little bit more than normal, but not that much.
Let's talk a little about just what caught your attention today, besides the Montoya situation, but as far as the competitiveness of the race today.
Well, Formula One right now is dominated by Ferrari. You can't take that away from them. They have the best team, they have the biggest budget, they have the best drivers. It's very hard to beat them. For me, the challenge is who can rise to that challenge, who can potentially beat them. Now, they did begin to race within their own team at one stage, but McLaren have just built a new car. They're going to test it again for the 2nd time next week. The hope is they can move closer to the front. But right now, I don't see another team consistently running with this Ferrari team. I mean, it's a bit like the Lakers. The Lakers were dominant for so many years. You had the Bulls were dominant for so many years. Right now, the Ferrari team is going to remain dominant,
like the Yankees,
from what we can see.
Well, one thing that really caught our attention, I guess, today and throughout the weekend, as far as attendance, we saw on pole day, not bad at all. Now, we know, of course, the race took place last year in September. Now, this year took place, obviously, in June. Your thoughts on the attendance? I know the race is going to be for at least 2 more years here in Indianapolis.
The attendance was obviously down. We saw that. Lots of blank spaces on the grandstands. Maybe Father's Day, but I thought it was such ideal weather conditions for people to come out, but maybe Father's Day had an influence on it. But the attendance was definitely down. I would say 125,000 last year, which is 2 years in a row that had 125,000. I doubt they got 100,000 today.
Kids trying to get American driver to get in Formula One?
Absolutely. Yeah. This will flourish. This will grow. This will be more exciting than ever before if we get a young American or two young Americans. Can you imagine if we had the next generation, Tony Stewart or Jeff Gordon, in a McLaren or in a Williams, running down Michael Schumacher?
Especially here in Indianapolis.
Absolutely. You'd fill the place. You wouldn't hear the engines for the screaming of the people.
It's funny how you bring up Jeff Gordon. Yesterday, he was there along with his teammates, Jimmy Johnson and Brian Vickers. They were hanging out at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway yesterday, getting a chance to watch the Formula One qualifying. That was pretty cool to see yesterday.
It was great. Now, remember, Jeff Gordon drove the Williams at the end of last year and loved it. Jimmy Johnson is looking for somebody to give him an invitation to drive one. And Brian Vickers, well, he just enjoyed the helicopter ride and was glad to be invited.
But you bring up Jeff Gordon. You believe someone like him will help bring this sport to the States here?
The next generation of Jeff Gordon. Yeah. The next man that will be in a Formula One car might be 17 or 18 years old right now. It might be one of the Red Bull young drivers that are being developed right now. But we absolutely have to have an American driver waving the American flag as an ambassador for America around the world, showing that we're not insular, we're not just domestic motorsports people here.
What do you think? You think it's going to happen soon?
3 to 5.
3 to 5. Okay.
It's like a jail sentence for you.
Get yourself in trouble. Hey, real quick, your final thoughts on the races today?
Oh, I mean, I enjoy it because the World Championship comes to our doorstep. The world, more than 350 people, believe it or not, watch Formula One. It's the largest watched sport in the world. They saw our city in all its splendor, in all its gorgeous sunshine today. That, to me, was a great promotion in general for everything we live for.
All right, 2 down, 1 more to go. The Brickyard 400 coming up in a couple of months.
And we'll be here.
We will. Thank you very much, Derek Daly. Always the best. Appreciate it tonight. Still to come on Sportslocker. Sunday, baseball history was made today. We'll show you how Ken Griffey Jr. got the job done today on the baseball field. That story still to come here on Sportslocker Sunday. Also tonight on Sportslocker Sunday, we're also talking about as well a chance for you to win tickets to the Indians game. We'll have highlights of that, the final round of the U.S. Open as well, as Phil Mickelson tries to make it 2 majors in a row. And up next, Nextel Cup highlights from Michigan. A rough day for a couple of Hoosier hot shots highlights, but a great day for another. Details when Sportslocker Sunday continues.
Sportslocker is brought to you by Kahlo Jeep, your friends in Noblesville and Knightstown.
2 extraordinary vehicles, one with SUV capabilities and terrific highway mileage. The other elevates the SUV with Buick luxury and power. Buick Rendezvous and Rainier.
Hello, Mother. Hello, Father. Please take mosquitoes. Really bother. Thanks for the package. That's why I'm writing. K9 Advantix quickly stopped all the biting. Swimming, hiking, and tent pitching. They're not biting. I'm not itching. Can't wait to show you all my new tricks. Thanks again for sending me K9 Advantix.
Only K9 Advantix stops fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes from biting in minutes.
We know you've dreamed of driving a luxury car or sport utility vehicle. At Tom Wood Lexus, turn your dreams into reality. Step into luxury with our top-selling sedan, the ES330, just $329 a month. Or if you're looking for sport utility performance and value, the RX330 is for you, only $419 a month. Go anywhere in style with the GX470 Sport Utility. 3rd-row seats and a powerful V8 engine, only $499 a month. Plus, you can get 1.9% financing on certified pre-owned Lexus. Turn your dreams into reality.
And only at Tom Wood Lexus.
Straight. Did someone ask for the... Yeah.
The Summer Picnic Feast, new from Boston Market, are famous rotisserie chicken, 3 large sides, cornbread, a half-gallon of lemonade, and your choice of chocolate mania or strawberry shortcake bliss. The whole spread for $19.99. Boston Market. We're always cooking.
My favorite thing about summertime is just being able to spend a little bit more time with my kids.
I remember that leisurely pace, and I remember how much fun it is to kind of run free. Walmart's a great way to knock out a lot of stuff you need for the summer in one stop. You want your kids to have great summer clothes, great summer toys, snacks for the pool, and you don't want to spend a lot of money. My name is Lisa, and I'm a Walmart customer.
The 2004 Buick Rendezvous and Rainier, now with $5,000 cash back for current GM owners. The refined utilities of Buick with $5,000 cash back. See your Buick dealer.
All right, we're back here on Sportslocker Sunday with the U.S. Grand Prix and the books. The next event coming to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Schedule is the Brickyard 400 in August. A lot of racing on the Nextel Cup schedule until then, including today's race in Michigan. Pick it up in the first lap of the race, riding along with Robbie Gordon. He and Brendan Gaughan here. A touch, and Gordon gets the worst of it. He spins out in front of the field, but luckily doesn't hit anyone. He would be able to continue in the race. Meanwhile, lap 89, now pole sitter Jeff Gordon is leading the race when his engine lets go. Gordon has to take the car back to the garage, and his day is over. 23 laps to go now. Dale Jarrett in the lead, but Ryan Newman passes him on the outside to take over the lead of the race. Then 8 laps to go in this race now. Tony Stewart and Greg Biffle racing for 8th place. They touch and both go spinning out. That would, they both would be okay and would be able to continue, but the final lap, the race ends under caution. Ryan Newman takes the checker flag to win the DHL 400. It's his first win since last October.
Father's Day thing's the biggest. First of all, happy Father's Day to mine and all the other fathers out there. Awesome victory for our team, Alto Dodge. Got to thank Mobile, Sony, all the people that help us out, the guys back in the shop, brand new race car. Had to fight our way back, obviously. Got caught with a bunch of stuff on the grill in the first part of the race, got a lap down, got it back, and had a fast car, just had to work our way forward.
All right, so here's the look at the results from today's NASCAR race. Ryan Newman coming in first place, Casey Kane second, Dale Jarrett third, Jimmy Johnson coming in fourth, Elliott Sadler fifth. You see Little E 21st, Tony Stewart 24th, and Jeff Gordon finishing 38th in today's race. Meanwhile, the Champ Car race today in Portland, Sebastian Bourdais wins. His Newman Haas teammate Bruno Juncker finished second. Paul Tracy finished in third place. Well, moving to golf now, and after finally breaking through and winning his first major at the Masters earlier this year, today Phil Mickelson was trying to make it 2 in a row. Mickelson here, lefty, came into today's final round of the U.S. Open just 2 shots behind the leader, Retief Goosen, here on the 15th hole. Goosen here in the bunker hits a soft shot that lands on the green. He would make a clutch putt to save par and stay at 3 under. Meanwhile, that's Mickelson there, tied for the lead at 3 under, sinks the birdie putt. He's the outright leader at 4 under. 16th hole now, Goosen down, trailing Mickelson by 1 stroke, sinks his difficult putt for birdie to reclaim the lead, share the lead at 4 under, that is. And 17th hole, Mickelson needs to par putt to remain tied, but he pushes his putt past the hole. Then putting for bogey, Mickelson slides it past the hole again. He would eventually tap in finally for double bogey, drops to 2 under and 2 shots back off the lead. 18th hole now, Goosen with a safe approach shot that lands near the green. Then Goosen makes the walk-up 18 to a standing ovation from the crowd. They're loving life there. Then on the 18th green, Goosen needing 2 putts to win, but he hits the first putt right in the cup for the 2004 U.S. Open Championship.
Well, I've played with Phil so many times, you know, he's the guy they're rooting for, and in a way I just block it out and I just carry on my own thing and play my own golf. And there was people out there supporting me as well today, and but obviously everybody was behind Phil.
It's just as disappointing as it was thrilling to win the Masters, sure. To come very close, to play so hard for 72 holes and play you know, better than anybody but one guy is disappointing, sure.
Good effort, though, by Phil Mickelson, coming in second place today in the U.S. Open. To Jeff McAteer at 1 over. Tiger Woods 10 over in today's for this year's U.S. Open. Moving to baseball now, and the Indians beat Buffalo this afternoon 4-2 to snap a 2-game losing streak. They're back home on Thursday. Reds and Cardinals today. Picking up in the top of the 6th, Ken Griffey Jr. You can forget about this, folks. Solo home run, number 500 for his career. He's the 20th player to reach the milestone and the 6th youngest in that group to do so. Reds get the win today. Final score was 6-0. To basketball now, and the Charlotte Bobcats roster will start to take shape with the expansion draft coming up on Tuesday. Each NBA team can protect 8 players. Here's a look at the players the Pacers have reportedly left available for the league's newest franchise. Take a look at it right now, and you'll see that Jamison Brewer's on the list. See Anthony Johnson as well, and Scott Pollard. There's a list at the names, of course, of the players that the Pacers have made unprotected for the upcoming expansion draft. Of course, the draft will be on Thursday, the NBA draft, that is. Still to come here on Sportslocker Sunday. Want to improve your golf game? A couple of local pros offer some tips. We'll also have a chance for you to win Indians tickets as well. And up next, we know this year's RCA Championships will have some big-name players, but it will also have top-notch ball kids. Nicole Mansky tells us how tournament organizers find the cream of the crop when Sportslocker Sunday continues. Hi, I'm Sports 8's Anthony Calhoun.
And I'm Wish TV's Debbie Knox.
Join us Thursday, June the 24th for the Horizons Golf Outing right here at Coffin Golf Club.
The outing benefits the Horizons Student Enrichment Program at St. Richard's School.
Horizons is a summer mentoring program that helps students master math and reading skills while having fun at the same time.
So come be a part of a day that's filled with sports celebrities and you coming together for a great cause.
Log on to wishtv.com for more information.
We're a part of it. Be a part of it.
The sale is on, so see us now.
It's the Ray Skillman Southside Truck Tent Sale. Incredible deals on new and used Ford, Chevy, Dodge, GMC trucks, vans, SUVs, and more. All at one location. Ray Skillman Ford's Big Lot. 800 vehicles, $20 million in inventory, 0% financing, rebates and discounts up to $10,000. During this sale, own a new Ford F-150 or GMC Sierra truck for as low as $156 per month. Don't miss the Ray Skillman Southside Truck Tent Sale. All at one location. Ray Skillman Ford's Big Lot, 2 miles south of the Greenwood Park Mall. Look for the tent.
Where we stack them deep and sell them cheap.
Gentlemen, I am back with the Castles. We got burgers, cheeseburgers, you name it. Oh, yes. Check this out. I got the new chicken breast sandwich. Chicken breast sandwich. Chicken breast sandwich.
Hold it. Good. Thank you.
The new chicken breast sandwich from White Castle. Tender, juicy, and draped in cheese. It's the best thing to hit our buns since the burger. White Castle, what you crave.
I'm Kevin Kahlo, and I know you want the largest discount you can get on your new Jeep. That's why you need Indiana's largest Jeep dealer. Kahlo's been the #1 Jeep dealer for over 10 years, with the largest selection of Jeeps you'll find anywhere in the state. In fact, Kahlo Jeep has over $6 million worth of new Jeeps, used cars, trucks, and vans. Okay, Kahlo is the largest dealer with the largest trade allowances, with the largest selection, and the largest discount. So why not live large? Come out and say hello, Kahlo.
Back here on Sportslocker Sunday, and Wimbledon starts tomorrow. As you know by now, Andre Agassi will not be playing at the All-England Club because of a hip injury, but Agassi and Andy Roddick are expected to play in next month's Indianapolis RCA Tennis Championships. Now, Andrew McGuire and Sarah Taylor will also be working hard on the court. Don't know who they are? You will. Here's Sports 8's Nicole Mansky.
Ready? Go! We're looking for general athletic ability, running, catching, throwing, because that's what a lot of it is.
Ball Kid tryouts, where RCA volunteers handpick the best 100 kids to man the courts come tournament time.
A couple of them need to work on some catching skills, and I think a couple of them need to beef it up in the running skills, but we've got actually a really good group of kids. We've got a lot of returning veterans in this group, so I think they really understand the element of the game.
And I just try to teach the kids as we go and try to put them in the spot that suits them best.
And then we show the players what we have. So then we show.
It may not look like the hardest job, but if you're good, you're good. And when you're bad...
3 times down, hail to the victors. Ready? Hail to the victors. Hey, let's go to pictures.
Besides Cosmo Kramer, who's the worst ball kid you've ever seen?
The worst ball kid I've ever seen, that guy right over there, Rhett. It was definitely attitude on his part. He had the physical skill, but he just lacked the attitude to stick it out through the end of the tournament.
We heard that you are the worst ball boy ever.
Oh, of all time.
So what we want to know is we want to know how the worst ball boy ever can properly evaluate the other ball kids.
Well,
your sheet.
I'm on staff now.
Ready? Let's go!
Bottom line, a good ball kid, the kind that really sticks it out, probably has the best summer job of them all.
It's just a lot of fun. I got a lot of good experiences last year.
Nicole Mansky, Wish TV, Sports 8.
All right, thanks a lot, Nicole. Up next on Sportslocker Sunday, a couple of local golf pros offer tips on how to improve your game. But first, here's your chance to win Indians tickets. Just be the 8th caller at 239-5555, and you'll win 4 tickets to next Friday night's Indians game. Again, that's 239-5555 for your chance to win more Sportslocker Sunday after this quick timeout.
Toyota's summer tent event is here, and now's the time for great truck savings.
Big savings would be nice.
Then hurry to this big tent event and save on Tundra. Now with 0 financing for 36 months or 1,000 customer cash.
Tundra, that's my favorite.
Probably why this awesome full-size truck was named Best Overall Value of the Year.
I'll take one in silver. No, blue.
Hurry to Toyota's summer tent event and save.
Money, money, money. A lot of money.
On now at your Toyota dealer.
Working hard. You bet I am. Working hard now. Home improvement can be hard work. So I always make sure I have the right tool for the job, like Fifth Third Equity Flex Line's low rate. You can use the equity in your home and spice up your space. So come on, put your equity to work for you. Heck, with rates this low, I wouldn't trade a thing. Working hard to be the only bank you'll ever need.
Don't pay for gas until 2005. This week, Penske Chevrolet and Meyer have teamed up to give the first 75 people who buy or lease any newer pre-owned vehicle free gas for the rest of the year. Right now, you can lease a new Silverado from Penske Chevrolet for only $199 a month and get free gas. Or drive the all-new Malibu for just $159 a month and get free gas. Get to Penske Chevrolet today for the guaranteed best deal on every newer pre-owned vehicle, and Penske Chevrolet will give you free gas for the rest of the year. Penske Chevrolet. Nobody bigger, nobody better.
Start the day with a splash. Bring on the blue.
Moving to the horizon.
Bring on the blue.
Now you're flying again.
That aqua velvet face, so firm, so fit. That manly scent.
Bring on the blue. Comes that cool blast your feelings. Bring on the blue. As she touches your skin.
It just feels better with an aqua velva man.
800 vehicles, $20 million in inventory, 0% financing, rebates and discounts up to $10,000. The Southside Truck Tent Sale at Ray Skillman Ford's Big Lot. Look for the tent 2 miles south of the Greenwood Park Mall.
Back here on Sportslocker Sunday, and every Sunday for the next couple of months, Sportslocker is going to help you improve your golf game with the help of some local golf pros. Tonight, our pros help you in the tee box.
Well, here we are at the first tee. You know, most people I see off the first tee, most of the people hit it, you know, left to right. They slice it. And, you know, they don't utilize the whole tee box. And I think we can show them how to utilize that tee box and make that slice or that cut work for them.
Yeah. What we want to do today is try to show you the outer edges of the tee box. Most golfers go to the center of the tee and start their round that way. Well, they're always trying to hit the ball down the middle. The hardest shot to hit is a straight golf shot.
That's for sure.
Most people generally slice the ball. What we're going to do today, Mark, is we're going to show them how to use the tee box.
You get to be my model. Go ahead and tee one up.
All right.
Let's use the middle of the tee box. If Michael is a person that tees the ball up in the middle of the tee box and he actually fades the ball, he's actually taken the left side of the fairway out of play. Okay? So what Michael wanted to do as a person that hits the ball left or right, he'd want to come over here to the right side of the tee box. That way he's able to aim down the left side and let his ball cut back to the right side. If he comes back over here to the left side of the tee box, he takes even more of the left side out of play because he can't start it out of play, so to speak, and cut it back. So as a cutter of the golf ball, Michael's want to come to the right-hand side. Come on over here. Of the tee box. That way he's able to utilize the whole fairway. Michael's target line is going to be down the left side of the fairway, even the very first cut of rough, and that way his ball is able to fade right back to the middle.
That really opens things up.
Yeah, it does. What about for a drawer?
Well, you definitely want to go to the left side, opposite of what a slice
You're exactly
would do.
right.
So we definitely pick the ball up. We want to start on the left side, give ourselves enough room to stay within the tee box.
And that way we're able to draw the ball back towards the fairway. I think the biggest mistake I see are guys that hit their driver well on a short par 4, will hit their driver and only leave themselves 50 or 60 yards, and they're the worst wedge players I've ever seen. So figure out what your favorite club is. If your favorite yardage is 100 yards, pick a club off the tee that's going to lead you 100 yards into the green.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike and Mark. Stick with us, more Sports Locker coming up after this.
CarMax.com is internet sales consultants to make car shopping easy. I answer questions and verify options. All leather interior. I can start your paperwork in advance. And when you're ready, it looks brand new. I'll be here with your car. CarMax, the way car buying should be.
CarMax spends an average of 12 hours inspecting and reconditioning every used car we sell. We think how a car looks under the hood is just as important as how it looks on the outside. CarMax, the way car buying should be.
The secret ingredient in our milkshakes? Ironically, milk.
When people ask me for a recommendation, I suggest a chocolate hand-dipped milkshake. And when people ask me for a recommendation, I suggest a vanilla hand-dipped milkshake. The side-by-side milkshake. Any two of your favorite milkshakes together in one glass.
Steak and Shake. We have new side-by-side milkshakes.
68 years of photography experience. Legendary optics. Canon PowerShot digital cameras with the Digic chip for beautiful photographs that happen to be digital. Digital revolutionized photography. We revolutionized digital.
At Kia's unbeatable sales event, we're beating the competition with thousands cash back or 0% financing. In fact, we'll beat them at anything, like archery.
Right now, get up to $3,000 cash back or 0% financing on select models, plus our 10-year warranty. You can't beat that. Visit your greater Indianapolis Kia retailers. Hurry, offer ends June 30th.
Sportslocker is brought to you by Kahlo Jeep, your friends in Noblesville and Knightstown. Some of our Sportslocker guests receive gift certificates from St. Elmo Steakhouse.
All right, folks, once again, congratulations to Michael Schumacher for winning today's U.S. Grand Prix. So for producers Jimmy Schumar and Brad Bulla and the entire Sportslocker family, I'm Anthony Calhoun. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great week.